For a long time now, YouTubers have been asking YouTube, especially smaller channels, for more ways to become promoted across the site, right? We have the YouTube recommendation system. They're always tweaking it, but they're like, listen, I'm not getting any views. What's going on? And today we're going to talk about YouTube's latest innovation in trying to get small channels more views here on the platform. And I say we because I'm bringing Rob into this conversation, who just made a video about this as we're recording this like moments ago. So this is all fresh in your head.
I like the way that you phrase this as an innovation. Or is it just replacing the out-of-date trending tab?
You
We'll
spoiled it.
see.
It absolutely is. So the trending tab for a long time has been something that I personally never really look at. But I think I used to click on it. I was trained not to look at it because it was always kind of what you expect, right? Like clips from major TV networks and their late night shows and music videos and things that were probably legitimately trending, but things that didn't appeal to my interests as a viewer at all. Did you ever click on it?
And for one thing, it's funny that you say Saturday night talk shows because, yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing that was always on trending. So, sponsored or anything, conspiracy theory there. But anyway, all of that is gone. And the way I phrased it in the quick, how does this hype tool work video was that it's now trying to appeal to not the videos that are already viral on the platform, but trying to promote channels that have the potential to go viral with these videos that are starting to gain popularity. And I think we should applaud YouTube for trying to dig under the crust of the platform, what everybody sees, and finding those like hidden gems and giving viewers the opportunity to promote those videos.
Yes. Yeah. And so we're going into this assuming you know a little bit about it, but just in case you don't, essentially, there is a new button that is appearing. I've seen it mostly on mobile. I don't know, Rob, you haven't seen it on desktop yet,
Not
right?
yet. Nope, just
Okay.
mobile.
I'm hoping it shows up on desktop next to the like button, but on mobile, you can be watching a video. And as long as the video you're watching is from a channel with less than 500,000 subscribers, they should have a button underneath that says hype. And what I found is you have to kind of swipe over. So you have where the like button is and everything. You kind of swipe your finger across and you can find it and you can hit the hype button. And when you do that, it will add some points to the video based on a number of factors. And if that video receives enough hype from viewers of it, it will end up on this leaderboard, which, as Rob said, has replaced the trending tab. The trending tab is gone and it is now hype.
Now, just to add critically, Dan, you did say they're under 500,000 subscribers, which you may consider is still a pretty large channel, but a minimum requirement is 500 subscribers. And I think what's telling there is just what, considering the scale of a platform, this is what YouTube judges to be a quote unquote small channel. If you have less than 500 subscribers, what does that mean? You are a tiny channel, an insignificant channel. So there's still, there does still need to have a bit of history and success on the channel just to be even invited into this hype zone of YouTube.
If you meet those requirements, at least for me, this should be automatically turned on in your settings
Yes,
right now.
that's as I understand it. Yeah, and it's free as well. The creators don't have to pay for it, and viewers get 3 hypes a week.
Mhm.
I think there may be a pay to hype tier coming soon. We'll have to wait and see on that because it is just such a brand new tool to all of us.
Before we get into some of those conversations, I want to break this up into 2 parts: what we like about it and what we don't like about it, or at
Yeah.
least what we hope improves about it. So, Rob, like when you see this tool, like what's the first thing that jumps out at you in like the pros category?
Well done. I think, as you mentioned at the top of this video, Dan, well done, YouTube, for trying to appreciate the creator journey and struggle in that they wish they had more opportunities to get discovered. And this essentially is an opportunity for you as a creator to mobilize your community and say, hey, look, don't subscribe to the channel or whatever, or don't bother liking the video. Use this hype button because it directly impacts the discovery of it in a certain part of YouTube. And I think we'll get onto that a little bit later. So I want to give YouTube credit for just thinking up a new way for discovery. And we don't often see that on the platform. It feels like very entrenched and regimented after 20 years of development and technology to bring out a completely new discoverability. I give YouTube credit for giving a go regardless of how well it actually does.
I want to give them credit for the gamification of it all. I really
Oh,
like.
credit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I really like the feeling of actually hitting the button, and I think for a viewer that's really, really important. It's a small thing, and it's all just about the visuals they put on the screen. But you swipe over to the hype button, you tap it, and you see this big, colorful rainbow star, and then you hit the button, and you watch the points tally up. And there is just something in my gamer brain likes that. It's that tiny dopamine hit of
Sure.
having
Sure.
like that achievement you get in a game, right? But you've just helped somebody, so you feel good. And they've done a good job there. I think that's all credit to their design team. I think it legitimately feels good to tap the button.
So are you already hyping videos because of this gamification?
I have one left that I can hype this week.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool. Cool.
one. Now, to be fair, I was hyping videos because I was testing it. So, will I continue doing that after this video?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do want to start talking about some of the stuff that I feel like could at least use improvement. And I don't want to sit here and make it sound like I don't appreciate this. I do. I think this is a good thing for a lot of creators, or at least it can be. But yeah, let's get into the things that could probably use a bit of tweaking. And the first thing I noticed immediately is how hidden both the tab is for finding hyped videos and the button is for hyping videos. And that's like probably the biggest thing I really want them to address.
So I think there's a lot of change going on here, Dan, because maybe if you or anyone else has seen in the video that I did about how it works, on some videos there was a big hype label like smashing you in the face, tap this. But yeah, if that isn't there, you have to kind of swipe across, don't you? So you have the like button, and I think subscribe and share, but then you might not even be aware of it, swipe over to where the actual hype button is. There is like a concerted effort and knowledge of a tool for the viewer to have to go and use it, but we do only have 3 a week, so maybe that's all right. But there, as regards of discovery, so you're thinking when somebody taps on the explore button on the mobile app and it comes up hype is third on the list,
Mhm.
you still think that's maybe a little hidden?
So I'm not a mobile app designer. I don't know how much I would do differently here, but how many people are hitting the explore button? It would be my question.
Mm,
It's got to be someone. Someone's hitting that button, and there are useful buttons in there. But my flow when I'm on the mobile app is literally show me the recommended videos. I don't click my subscribe feed.
yeah,
I will click the shorts button sometimes if I'm looking for shorts. But
yeah.
that's about it. Like, I either swipe to the recommended feed or I click on shorts. I don't really click any of the other buttons, and if I'm clicking other buttons, it's probably because 'cause I'm looking at my own channel, from that app, and
Yeah.
that's about it. I don't interact with the app that deeply, and that's my fear, is that maybe a lot of people treat it like I do.
I'm with you in that sense, in that it's very self-contained. And this is where it's both a pro and a con, actually, because the Google help pages or YouTube support pages on this, it has a specific question. Does hyping a video impact YouTube recommendations? And the answer is no. So your video could have 1 trillion hype points, but that doesn't mean that it's going to appear in somebody's home feed or suggested feed more. I mean, it might do because so many people have watched it and they've hyped it, but
Yeah.
the points themselves do not influence the algorithm. And that's what I maybe worry about for some creators, thinking like, oh, my video's been hyped all of a sudden. Like, I've got all of my regular viewers to hype it, but why is nobody really watching it? Because it's in this self-contained ranking system and nobody visits that part of YouTube. That's the unknown for me, I think, Dan. Like, are YouTube going to do a really good job of promoting this hype leaderboard to viewers to discover new content? That's something I'm a little unsure about.
At the end of the day, I don't know if this is a pro or a con, but I would say for creators looking at this and going like, "Oh my gosh, finally, a way for me to like," it's like a like button, but it feels more meaningful, right? I would caution creators to just temper their expectations based
Yes.
based on where this is in the app, right? It's not making videos show up in the recommended feed. You have to be aware of the hype button to hype something, and you have to be aware of the hype tab in the explore tab to find the hyped videos. And then you got to swipe through all those, by the way. Like, it's a leaderboard.
Yeah.
So even if you end up on the leaderboard, how far are you on that leaderboard? Are you in one of the predetermined categories at the top?
Yeah, YouTube doesn't build engagement tools to set up cheat codes. Like ultimately, at the end of the day, the quality of the video itself is what's gonna get you views or not.
What were you going to say about the pay to win aspect of this? What have you heard?
Yeah, so I think this is going back to last year when it was first announced. I thought it was really interesting that you could only hype 3 videos per week. And then there was some sort of mention of like, but you could purchase more hypes. I'm thinking, oh, right. So this now becomes a pay to win system. Again, is there an opportunity to exploit the system? But as we've kind of already been talking about, maybe not. But how do you think viewers are gonna buy more hypes? I mean, there's already
Yeah.
gifts with a T, by the way. It's like you buy pearls and gems or whatever, and you throw them at your shorts live streamers. I'm always nervous about monetizing your audience more and more. Like, so can you imagine a creator pleading with their viewers to buy a 10 pack of hypes just to help my content? That feels a little icky to me, but you know, I'm looking at this from a very naive perspective right now.
Yeah, as of right now, we cannot find a way to buy these, so that it might not happen, right? But it could, and
Mhm.
that is interesting because there is a very strict limitation for the viewer, and that was the last thing I was going to say on my cons list was the idea that a viewer can only hype 3 times a week. And that is the reason I don't love that is because right now it's way behind the like button. It's kind of hidden in a lot of cases. So you have to find the hype button sometimes. And then the like button itself has been around for over a decade. And before that, it was the star rating thing. So there's always been a way to kind of promote a video if you're the viewer. And if you're a viewer, you've been conditioned to at least know there's a like button, if not hit it all the time. And that's where I'm like, okay, so now the viewer, the YouTuber has to decide for themselves, do I want to say hype the video? Do I want to say like the video? Do I want to say subscribe to the video? And then if they choose hype out of those options, they have to what? Have a graphic on the screen that shows you where it is just in case. And then if you're on desktop, you still don't see it. Like I'm worried about that aspect of it. And I'm worried about creating a habit in the viewer that is like, I'm gonna make sure I hype all the videos that I watch. You know, there is no way to do that if they're limited to 3 a week.
To counterpoint that, Dan, though, it does add scarcity and more value to each hype. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like any videos
I
on
don't either.
YouTube. However, if I find a video fantastic now, and I know that I can only share a few of these valuable hypes per week, which I know actually I can see what the impact that they have. It gives a value to the video and ranks it higher on this leaderboard. I might be persuaded to now give hypes to the 2 or 3 creators that I love watching every single week. Maybe there is a bit of a mentality, a mindset shift for certain viewers to use the hype when they haven't been using the like button.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see kind of how this plays out. I expect this tool isn't going to become like a real big namestay until someone like Spiffing Brit comes along and is like, okay, I'm gonna rank at the top of the leaderboard, and the goal is to make sure this video never leaves the top, you know. And so he
Yeah.
gets all his viewers to hype it, and I could see someone like that kind of messing with it, and then maybe people start to understand it's there a little bit more. That could be like a good promotion for it. At the end of the day, it'll just be kind of like a matter of time, see like how it does.
Well, that does remind me actually, Dan, that I have seen, I think just looking briefly at the leaderboards, I've been seeing a lot of second channels from big channels at the
Oh,
top of these leaderboards where it seems like they're able to, again, mobilize their audience or their
yeah.
existing audience onto second channels. So again, is that really helping the quote unquote small channel, or is it just helping large channels build empires? There's that
Do
to consider.
you wanna know a secret?
Go on.
The second video that I hyped was from a second channel of a big channel that I
Yeah,
watched.
so that's what I mean. So that I'm seeing second channels because they're making really good videos. I'm seeing them there. So like maybe this is a bit of a shortcut for them. And the one final criticism I have is that once again, another discovery tool has exposed how out of date YouTube categories are when you're setting them in the videos themselves. Because all of those little chips do not relate in any way, shape, or form to the categories you set on your videos. And I think now, YouTube, this might be the perfect opportunity to align those chips.
It is interesting to see an updated list of YouTube's idea of
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah.
So will they add to it? I don't know.
Mm.
We at vidIQ, we've talked about categories for a long time, just internally, like the people who have our tool, like what type of channel are they? And we want to be like nuanced with that. We want to make sure we're appreciating all the different types of channels out there. And it's difficult for us. I'm sure it's very difficult for YouTube as well. But yes, I agree with your point there. I do want to see them align that drop down box with the new tabs that we see in this Discover tab. Well, let us know in the comments below. Are you using the hype tool? I would ask you to hype this video, but you can't because we're just too big and famous. So join us next time. And I don't know what we're throwing to, but watch this video next.
It will be the explainer video of how this works in case we missed anything.
Perfect. Watch that video next.